What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another installment of BrickWall Reviews. I'm Dave, and right now I'm here to talk to y'all about the 20th anniversary of a movie that is the sixth highest grossing film of 2006. That's right. I just looked into this. The sixth highest grossing film of 2006, and I believe the third highest grossing film of that year, following only Ice Age 2, The Meltdown. I am talking about Cars, Disney and Pixar's Cars, starring Owen Wilson and Leia the Cable Guy. Before I get into it any further, I want to remind you guys, go ahead and hit that like button down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, all that good stuff. And just get ready because more content is coming. We got some sweet, awesome stuff down the pipeline. But before we get to any of that, we're going to start here. So as part of our 20 and 26 review series, which in the year 2026, we celebrate films that are turning 20 years old this year, just like we did back in 2004. No, not back in 2024, rather. We celebrate movies that turned 20 years old then. We're doing it again this year, and we might do it again next year. I don't know. There's some pretty stacked films that came out. But right now, let's focus on the big major attraction here, which is Cars. So Cars is the story of the titular car, not the titular car, but it's the story of a race car named Lightning McQueen, he's arrogant, he's stuck up, he's selfish, stuff like, he's like your basic hot young guy on the scene. And by that I mean, like, he's egotistical, he's the best, so he feels like he's the best. You can't tell him nothing, he's, like I said, he's arrogant, egotistical, all that good stuff, right? And so he gets stranded in a small town off Route 66 on his way to one of the biggest races that he has to win the Piston Cup. And while he's in this town, he accidentally messes up the road, so he has to fix it. And so he's starting to learn stuff about like what it means to have friends and family connection as he links up with the Route 66 gang. I forgot, they actually have like a whole little subsection there, but I forgot what it's called. Radiator Springs, boom. So they part of the Radiator Springs gang. He learns meets Mater, played by Leia the Cable Guy, and he pretty much goes on the journey of the selfish guy, starts to turn less selfish by the end of the movie. It's a cliche. We've all seen it done before. Nothing new, nothing flashy or extravagant. But I feel like, so that's basically what the movie's about. So I will tell y'all straight up right now, right at the top of this review, I never had a detachment to Cars. I always watched the first Cars and was just like, okay, well, it's on, it's boring, I don't care about it, and I turn it off. The only thing I can really say that I always liked about Cars were probably about three things. I liked Leia the Cable Guy. I liked Mater in the movies. I thought Mater was funny. I liked the racing scenes. Those were fun. And I also liked what else did I like in those movies? I like the animation. And the animation is something that has grown on me over time because Cars is a franchise. Okay, let me lay the groundwork for those of you who don't know, right? Because what I'm about to say is actually mad important and gives you a lot of context to why I say certain things in this review. Cars is a franchise, a multi-million-dollar franchise. It is the only franchise that has come close to, or maybe has even outgrossed, Toy Story. And we all know Toy Story, Toy Story coming out with Toy Story 5 and stuff like that. Yeah, that's currently, I believe that might be Pixar, right now, that might be Pixar's most profitable film franchise just because of Toy Story 5. But Cars had that title by the balls, okay? Cars, it sells merchandise like crazy, right? Lightning McQueen Crocs, you ever heard of those at Walmart? Lightning McQueen pajamas, you ever seen those at Target? All the Cars toys in the toy aisle, the race cars, all that stuff. Cars is a huge franchise, believe it or not. And that makes money. That brings in a lot of money, okay? So with each time they're even they're making a like preschool car series for Disney Junior. That's supposed to come out, like, if not this year, then next year it's supposed to come out, right? They already have 3 Cars movies. to which the second one was nothing but a big old commercial anyway. And it was just the second one was literally there to sell more cars to us. Like I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, go watch that movie. I don't shit on that movie like everybody else does. And when the time comes for me to talk about it, I'll talk about it. But I mean, like, it's not. To me, it's not as bad as everybody says it is, right? So then you have Cars. So then you have Cars 3, which was like outstanding animation and story-wise, right? And Cars 3 feels a lot closer to Cars 1. So what is so special about Cars 1, you're asking, right? Why talk about it? Why put it in such highlight? You mentioned how such a merchandising juggernaut for Disney and Pixar. Okay, that's cool, but what about the quality of the movie? Well, listen, the quality of the movie, I've alluded to earlier. I don't really care. Like this, like it's an okay movie. Like I told you guys like the basic plot beats of the film, which is just like he's an arrogant guy who gets caught in a town, and while he's waiting to be able to leave that town, I didn't know my phone was loud. While he's waiting to leave that town and everything, he's learning about the value of, like, you know, friendship, family, you know, being connected to other people, not being such a massive dick. You know what I'm saying? He even learns how to race better because one of the cars in Radiator Springs, his name was Doc Hudson, and he used to be known as the Hudson Hornet. I'm not spoiling this movie for y'all. Like, I'm spoiling it, but come on, it's Cars. It came out in 2006. Come on now, come on. But yeah, he used to be known as the Hudson Hornet, and he won all these piston cups and everything like that. But one of the things that Doc tells Lightning McQueen is like, yo, all this don't mean nothing. Like, those are just empty cups. And that's where Lightning kind of learns. Like, he learns more that lesson of I should get along, and, you know, I should get out of my own head and actually try to make connections with people and things like that. So it takes that typical journey change. And honestly, like, throughout the movie, there's really nothing that interesting about it. It's a very simple movie. It's a very, you know, it's your, I don't know. I don't really know. Like, I can't, like, even watching it recently, I was just like, I was invested in the story, like, more so than I've ever been. And I can definitely, like, Lightning McQueen was a big asshole, but I don't think that was anything that the movie had to hide or had to sugarcoat. Lightning McQueen was a jerk. You know, was Doc Hudson easily as much or equally as much of a jerk? Yes, because he didn't tell everybody else about his, you know, his time as the Hudson Hornet. But at the same time, I feel like he didn't feel like it mattered. And it doesn't matter because the Radiator Springs gang, they love you no matter what. They're cool with you. They rock with you. You feel me? So I mean, like, just in terms of this, like, as like a movie that you watch and you have thoughts on, I've always had the same consistent thoughts about Cars my entire life since Cars first came out. And it was just like, okay, that's cool. The Pixar movie about talking cars. Like, you know, I like Lightning McQueen. Owen Wilson's performance as Lightning McQueen is just, it's great. I do. Like, I can't imagine no other actor saying ka-chow the way Owen Wilson does. I'm not gonna hold you. Larry the Cable Guy, who's stuck doing not stuck, but who's stuck by doing Mater. I love what he brings to the role. I don't know. It's just, he's the perfect fit for Mater. You know, like, all the characters are well casted. Who else you have in this movie, as a matter of fact? Let me read the rest of the cast list, because that's what I didn't do for y'all. That was Mad Country. I said it too, for y'all. Paul Newman as Doc Hudson. Bonnie Hunt as Sally Carrera, who's a sky blue Porsche. There's a lot of, like, car puns in these names, and I'm not about to explain all of them. Michael Keaton as Chick Hicks, who is so he is Lightning McQueen's rival, who's like, ka-chigga. Like, he's funny. I liked him. Like, their race was really good. Like, that first race, though, Lightning McQueen definitely should have lost that shit, because there ain't no way that you stick your tongue out, now you in the three-way fucking tie. Like, I don't care if just a world full of cars or not. You're not the wheel. You're not the front of the car. You're the tongue of the car. That's like if I throw my small intestine out at the end of a foot race, like against Usain Bolt, does that make it a tie because my small intestine crossed the finish line at the same time as Usain Bolt? I mean, because if so, I'm gonna need a doctor, and I'm gonna need some nice old running shoes. And Usain Bolt, I want to race you because I will toss my small intestine around. Just somebody, please, just help me get it back inside. The small intestine. Anyway, we got off track. But yeah, I just feel like Lightning should have lost that race. But regardless, I mean, it gave the movie a bigger motivation. I can't. The drivings, all the scenes where the cars had to drive, they were showing off. Like when Doc Hudson was doing the drift in the dirt, and they kept getting the different camera angles and had it in slow motion. Woo! That was some smooth animation on that character. So much so they did it again with Lightning McQueen while he was actually in the race at the end of the movie. It did not have the same sauce as when Doc Hudson did it, though. I'm sorry. Like, they still use that Doc Hudson clip to this day to pay respect to Paul Newman, who passed away shortly after the first Cars movie. Yeah, shortly after the first Cars movie, he passed away. But like that, like, oof, it was sauce on that shot. Even the opening shots, like showing like the cars racing through the track, like when Lightning McQueen's doing like his inner monologue, I am speed, and it just keeps showing the flashes of race cars going. It was good. The sound design was good. Like, this movie, like on a technical level, this is a really fucking good movie. Like, Cars is dope on a technical level. On a story level, and to me, not too much. Like I said, the characters are really what elevates it. I was reading off the rest of the cast list to you. I stopped at Michael Keaton. You already know Larry the Cable Guy's in this. Cheech Marin as Ramon. Tony Shalhoub as Luigi. Michael Wallace, who plays the sheriff. George Carlin. Paul Dooley. Jennifer Lewis. Richard Petty. Catherine Hellman. So it's a lot of people. John Ratzenberger. Joe Ranft. Jeremy Piven is in this fucking movie. Jeremy Piven's in this movie. I didn't know that. A bunch of other people. Jay Leno, Jonas Rivera, a bunch of people. Like, it's really good. It's really good. And this was one of the last Pixar movies to do like, I guess they weren't bloopers, but they do this really cool thing during the credits where like they have like the Pixar movies, but instead of the regular characters as we know them, they're cars. So that was a pretty fun gag right there. But overall, though, like I said, I don't have too much to say about the 6th highest grossing film of 2006, even though I need to put some more respect on that name, because when you're number 6, baby, there's nowhere to go but up. It's nowhere to go but up. I don't know why I'm so excited about it being the number 6 highest. But like, I think because honestly and truthfully, I did not know, and I have the list of highest grossing films like available to me of that year of 2006, and I completely forgot Cars was on that list until I was about to hit like record on this, or I was about to hit stream, and I was like, hold up, I think Cars is one of the highest grossing films of that year, though. And it tracks. Like I said, it's a fucking $1 billion juggernaut for Disney and Pixar. So, I mean, and if there was another Cars movie, would I watch it? I mean, I wouldn't go to the theaters to watch it, but like I would watch it like on Disney Plus. I would watch it at home. Like, the same way I watched all the other Cars movies. Like, I don't feel the need to go watch Cars in the theaters, but I will support the brand by watching the movies. Like, I won't pirate it or nothing, but not that I know how to do that. But but yeah, they're good. They're good movies. I rock with it. But my rating for this, currently, I give this out of 5. I give it like a 2.9 out of 5. Back then I think I would have given the same too. So that's it. That's all I got for y'all tonight, though. So happy 20th anniversary to Cars. It's now streaming on Disney Plus. Make sure you check that out. And if you enjoyed this review, hit that like button down below. Subscribe to the channel. Follow us on social media: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok. And until next time, y'all, be easy, stay breezy. Vroom vroom. I'm speed. Get her done. All those other car phrases. Peace.